Yo, what's up guys? Aiden here. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how I lost $114 trading the US stock market. Pretty poor day of trading for me all round. I had I think all three theses were correct, but my emotions got the best of me and I traded all three of them pretty badly, to be honest with you. One of them I traded okay, but plenty of lessons in there of what not to do. If there's anybody watching who wants to improve their sort of trade process and reflection process, I would really suggest doing some videos, even if they're just for yourself and you don't publish them. It's incredible how much I'm getting, how much I'm learning about the trades I've taken from doing videos about them. Check one of the tickers at the end when you buy yourself, CNFR. It's currently working out exactly as I had planned in my trade thesis, but yeah, I'm long shaken out. Even if it doesn't run, to like 100% or more, there's still a trade there if I stuck to my plan, but I haven't. So I'm just going to keep an eye on that one and see how it finishes up. Cheers. All right, so 3 tickers to go over today. The first being ASST. If we look at the daily chart here, it had a big day 1, consolidation day, day 3 surge, big pullback. So I was looking for a first green day bounce today. I would say that I have noticed that I'm not very good at trading on Mondays because emotions tend to get the better of me. I'm sort of out of the flow of the market. I have an idea about how much money I'm going to make this week, and it kind of, my psychology is not quite right. So today obviously is a Tuesday, but because of the Labor Day weekend, the Labor Day bank holiday, it kind of feels like a Monday to me. Certainly I've approached it with that kind of same detrimental mentality. So I wasn't fully tuned into the markets last week. I did see this big breakout, but I hadn't really kept a track of this stock and seen it with the big pullback. So when somebody alerted this to me this morning, I kind of like FOMO kicked in a little bit and I traded this really badly. I don't like to buy strength. It is, I mean, anywhere down here is kind of in a sense weakness because it's had such a big pullback, but I don't like buying any kind of strength really. So I think I bought it here when it was breaking past this high here. I bought it like 170 and I kind of just sold it here. And when I saw it come against me, I sold the rest, and I think I made like $10. So pretty poor trading, and a prime example of why I don't like to buy strength, simply because I don't like holding through the pullback, which is 9 times out of 10 coming. The correct entry should have been when it's had this spike and it comes down and it holds this low. This is the previous day's low of day here. You see, that should have been my entry, and I could have had nice tight risk off that. Obviously hindsight's 2020, but I traded this impulsively because of FOMO. When I can take a step back, I can see the correct entry for my style of trading would have been, like I say, here when this low held, and quickly cut if it didn't. I can't say I would have held through all that, but it was, yeah, a little bit frustrating to see it work without me. So the next trade I would say is, what was it? VOXX. So on this daily chart, this stock doesn't really have big moves. It kind of moves. I think the float is relatively small. I think, double check that for yourselves. But it kind of moves like almost like a large cap really, on the daily chart at least, and in my opinion. So I had a trade on this. So today it was like kind of like the multi-day breakout day. Today I had a trade on it, but I also had a trade on it on Friday. Traded it pretty badly on Friday if you looked at the minute chart. So this 540 level was key here, and I kind of broke again, buying strength. I bought it when it broke out, and then kind of sold a piece when it had this like pullback. Like got scared and sold the rest. I think I made $9 on it. And then today, when ASST, the previous stock I just showed you, when that started to work without me, FOMO kicked in again, and I ended up buying. What did I buy? I'm buying strength. I bought it when it broke out past this high. So I have a tendency to sell too soon, but in this instance it kind of worked in my favour. I think my best sell was like 630. I think one of the reasons why I did, sell so soon is because, the daily chart it just shows that stock doesn't have big range in it. So I know it's never done this kind of volume before in the past. But yeah, I just didn't feel the stock had the range in general. If I'd probably taken a bit more time to look at the daily chart, I'm not sure this would have been something that would have traded at all. But I did make I think $120 on this, plus the $10 on the other stock. It's like up 130. And then CNFR, is this it? Yeah, traded this and pretty poorly. So the daily chart here, what is that? So yeah, I honestly, this is just like a overconfident trade, because I was up like $100, $130 I think I was up. Yeah, complete overconfidence. Like I say, my mentality wasn't right today at all. A little bit of FOMO as well as overconfidence, because what was in my mind was BOF. So BOF, the current big runner, multi-day runner, I was watching it on this day and didn't take the trade, the $1 hold. This, what is it called? The CNFR did have a catalyst. So here's the catalyst. I don't really like this catalyst. It announced that it completed the sale of its insurance agency operations for consideration equal to 45 million, subject to transaction expenses and customary purchase price adjustments, plus some add-ons up to 25 million, etc., etc. I don't really know what to make of that catalyst. I can't say I'm super keen on it, because I know it's money coming into the company, but you're having to sell assets in order to get that. So it doesn't seem like, to me, like a very positive catalyst. But I'm not massive into fundamentals, so I don't know sort of the ins and outs of it. This is just my interpretation. So I wasn't massive on this catalyst anyway, but this stock, BOF, that is running today, and this hold here, because I remember watching it on this day, on Wednesday last week, and was gutted that I didn't take the stock. I was watching it and kind of lacked conviction, and just completely missed out really. So like I say, when CNFR was running today, I thought that it might do the same thing. Now with BOF, it never hit one. I think the lowest it got was like 105. This is the previous stock. Let's have a quick look so you know what I'm talking about. Here, yeah, I understand it's done it here, but once it's had that sort of, I guess, failed breakout, I'm looking at it. The trade for me is the $1 hold, risking off lower day, but it never held one. I thought it would have. It should have, could have had a dip to one, but it didn't. And that was kind of in my mind. So when CNFR, I was overconvicted because I had just made a bit of money. I was overconfident, so I think I started in here, well maybe even here actually, then cut here, then cut here, then cut. I like to risk this trade off 90 cents. That is how I like to play them. But I got completely chopped up. I liked sort of this bit here, to be honest with you, when there's a small little double bottom here, but I like when it cracks the round number and then sort of reclaims, but it didn't. It tried to reclaim but couldn't, and so I just cut, and that was it. I was done. So I don't know what's gonna. Well, nobody knows what's gonna happen with this, but this could quite easily sort of like reclaim one and have a bigger move. But yeah, I'm all out. I took like I think a $240 loss on this, which means I'm down on the day about $110. So yeah, pretty annoyed in general about the first stock, which is ASST, just lacking conviction and trust in myself. And then VOXX, I think I did quite well. I liked how I adapted. I liked my sales on that. You know, understanding that the range wasn't really there for this particular ticker. So yeah, I'm happy with how I traded that for the most part, even though I was buying strength again. But I guess I'm happy with my sales. But this one was just, I don't mind taking this, you know, but not in and out. You know, I played fairly big size for my account because of BOF. I was just like, right, this is the one. It's going to, you know, break out and go, you know, run for miles. But the daily chart's shocking. The daily chart's shocking. I had to really be taking that into consideration more than I did. So I was in and out probably like four or five times, 3, 4, 5 times on this trade, just cutting and adding and cutting and adding, which is the exact kind of position I don't want to be in. The silver lining and the thing I am most pleased about is that I have a cash account. I didn't used to. I used to be over PDT and I could take as many trades as I wanted, but I was in a downward trajectory and I wasn't managing risk very well, and I was going on tilt, and I knew that I had to withdraw money in order to protect myself from myself. And when I was getting chopped up here, I was on tilt. I'm not going to lie, I was on tilt. But now I have no more cash settled in my account. I can't trade, and I took $114 loss on the day. My account can handle that, and it's just a reminder to me of why having a cash account is so important to me. And I think, you know, when I do grow it over PDT and, you know, hopefully much more than that, I'll have to see at the time what kind of trader I am, but there is a strong possibility that I will always keep that cash account because it just keeps me safe from myself when these kind of things happen. So $114 down in the day, it's not the end of the world. Need to just check myself, settle and get back in the flow of the market, because I wasn't today. I completely wasn't. Cool, thanks for watching, bye bye. You're right, guys, just wanted to check in with you regarding this trade on CNFR because it has been working up until this point. Who knows where it's going to go? It might retrace or it might push. However, it's both reassuring and annoying to see that my original trade thesis was pretty accurate at this moment in time. So my original trade thesis was $1 hold, risk off 90 cents. I had more conviction in this setup, not only because I've seen it many times over the past few months, but also because BOF did it, and that's one of the hottest stocks in the market at this moment in time, if not the hottest. So yeah, like I say, a little bit annoyed, a little bit disheartened, really. I know a lot of people would feel like, oh yes, my thesis is correct, and gain sort of more conviction for the next one. For me, because I've done this so many times, I've had so many correct theses and then doubted myself in the moment, I sort of feel a bit more concerned about the emotional and psychological issues that I've got going on there. But I will overcome them. That's cool. So there's obviously hindsight's always 2020. I still don't like the daily chart, and I still don't really get the catalyst or really like the catalyst. And I could well have been shaken out here because this broke 90 cents, and I do risk off 90 cents. So, but at the same time, none of these plays work out exactly the same. So, you know, I guess I'll never know how I would have reacted. But because I'm risking off 90 cents, I've seen these hit. I understand that they break below $1 and then they reclaim. So that is my thesis, and that's how it's played out. Again, I don't know how high this is going to go. This might be the top of the bounce, or it might hold VWAP, push to these highs and break out. I don't know, but if I don't mind taking an entry here when it breaks below 1 and then sort of tries to only just breaks below 1 and tries to reclaim. I don't mind that. That's cool. But getting chopped up 3, 4, 5 times on the way down and having no buying power left for an entry here or here and risking here is not ideal. But again, I can learn from this, and yeah, it's just there to be learned from. So yeah, it is what it is. All right, cool. Let's see where it goes. Cheers.